I'm in the government. I don't even trust it. You don't have to believe in your government to be a good American. You just have to believe in your country.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. That's just good shit, isn't it?
All right, fam, we found a sick touchless car wash with hot wax, which I guess they charge extra for, but I think the hot wax is the killer feature to make sure the car is fully clean. Gotta adjust the seat a little bit. You know, when you're driving normally, you might have a different seating position than when you're recording. You have to remember, it's all about the shot. Let's see if there's a second drying system. The secondary system is never that great, but you always have to drive super slow. This is not bad, I would say. It's just so humid that the water really sits on the car. Gotta go left. Or we can go right, honestly, but looks like there's a big ledge to the left of us, so I have to be careful in these fucking parking lots, bro. These gas stations. This looks pretty good, guys. What do you think? Made some minor tweaks to the transmission, guys, the tune. One thing I'll say, guys, is when you're recording, try to be even more present so that when you're driving the car, when you're looking around, it's not just performative, you know what I mean? You are enhancing the experience for everyone who's watching. And if you are too much in your head, then you'll be too worried about what you're doing to actually make any of the footage look, you know, better in a sense. So even at a stoplight, you could have something to say, you could be looking around, you could spot something cool, you know what I mean? And it all depends on the mood, right? When you're creating content, you should want to create the content. It shouldn't be something that's like a chore. Honestly, how could it be a chore with an M4 CS? Honestly, unreal. can shift into second once the car is tuned with XHP at a stop. If you downshift to first, you can shift to second before you get off. Or, and of course, I just washed my car. That's so funny. You know, in West Palm, I've washed my car 3 times now, and every time it started to rain immediately after. Like immediately after. Might be a fire truck coming. Is ridiculous. I'm gonna go into all-wheel drive because it's just not worth being in rear-wheel drive in the rain, especially right after the car wash. It's pretty crazy. Dodge coming behind us. It's gonna fly by. Yeah, I'm gonna let the rain pass a little bit. That's funny. But yeah, you can see clear sky, well, somewhat clear sky, still raining. So third to fourth, guys, that was the really the shift that was affecting me the most. And I think I've got it. I tuned it down. I basically turned the torque, there's a punch, it's called a torque punch. It's like a clutch kick effect. And the first and second gear, I have it actually on a positive value. On the third gear to fourth gear, I have it in a negative value. And that's for whatever reason, third to fourth in this car in the CS has a different nature, different feel. Four-wheel drive sport, it actually has rear bias, so you know you can spin out even in four-wheel drive sport because the rear is getting more traction than the front. I still need to test out between four-wheel drive and four-wheel drive sport what's faster, you know. That's a cool truck, Frontier. The burble right now is the OEM burble because on the MHD tune it's completely, it's turned off. There's no custom settings on the burble. So this is what the burble sounds like when you have the exhaust button on green and you're just running around with the car tune. With the exhaust button off and a valve controller, now there's no burble, it's just pure clean sound. Careful coming into standing water with downshifting. You have to be on the throttle to maintain the momentum of the car through the water. And of course we just got a car wash, right? Also have to be careful when you're turning lanes or turning in water. When you're downshifting, you'll upset the balance of the car. So if you're going across lanes and there's standing water, it could be a really bad outcome. Stop. So we can hear the noise again of the beautiful S58 engine with a titanium muffler. Yeah, the fourth to fifth shift is perfect now. It hits, like it hits, it grabs the ground. Crazy, sounds so good. still ringing from yesterday. Guys, we went to Gintani's of Miami at I think it's called Trofeo House, and they had a 4th of July celebration. It was incredible. They pulled out a tuned Revuelto, wrapped, wheels lowered, kitted out, just sick. They backed it up and shot fucking 6-foot flames out that bitch, and they just kept revving it. Oh, that footage was crazy. I'm gonna put that shit in. It was just unreal to see. All right, some more beautiful noises here. Fourth gear. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's so clean. And then 4th to 5th is grabbing nicely too. Guys, when you have XHP, you have the ability to customize the transmission tune. So learn your car, feel how each gear shifts, and start adjusting the torque punch and the torque reduction. And if you want a custom tune, hit me up. I'll get you right. But it's gonna come at a cost, all right? But you can always use the settings after I give them to you. That is also, unless you're Matt and Mike, who got me a sick birthday cake. And that's basically a good enough equivalent payment for an XHP tune. Humid, the atmosphere, the density, it changes how the sound of the exhaust, you know, comes across. Like this is gonna sound like a little bit thicker, you know, deeper, maybe even a little wetter. But because I don't have the burbles on, it should sound super clean right now, and even cleaner because of the atmosphere, because of how humid it is. This whole time we've been driving, I think, in comfort. Let's go to Sport Plus on the chassis and see how it feels, and see if you see anything different in the footage. It might come across as more bouncy, but to me right now what the car feels like is it's planted. It's not raising up as much on the undulations, it's staying lower, which honestly helps you with grip. But if there's a severe undulation, then it could get a little messy. that's where people on the dyno will, you know, measure the output, things like that. I'm actually liking the stiffness of Sport Plus, but the road is alright right now, it's not bad. Here we can hear the exhaust a little bit off the wall. Some rain ahead.
All alone. So if you just playing around, you need to tell your